What deal did the mysterious designer strike with some of Batman's greatest foes, and will it spell the end of the Dark Knight? Well, let's hop into the pages of Batman issue number 89 and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, two doctors are arguing about Bruce Wayne's urban renewal effort and if some billionaire should be allowed to rip up the city whenever he wants. This argument is interrupted, however, by the Penguin, who is just barely clinging to life after Deathstroke's attack in the previous issue. Cobblepot has a pretty simple decree for the Doctor: save my life or else, and if you do it quickly, I'll even throw in an extra $100,000 for you. Silly Penguin, your hospital bill's already going to be $100,000. Now, elsewhere in the city, Batman is trying to hunt down the cadre of colorful assassins that Deathstroke had sub-hired to try and keep him busy. First up is Gunsmith. And because he's a brand new character, we get treated to his origin this issue. Basically, he was quietly discharged from the army after illegally testing experimental weapons. After that, he went into business for himself as a mercenary, and after that, it was only a short jump to becoming a patriotically themed contract killer. Batman takes him down easy enough, but he knows full well all of this is just to keep him spread thin and busy so Deathstroke can complete the real mission at the behest of the designer. He knows that Catwoman and a bunch of his other most prominent villains know the truth about the designer and what's actually going on, and because of that, Lucius decides to dispatch the Bat Spawn, Batman's brand new drone army. From there, we transition on over to Catwoman. She was saved at the end of the previous issue from a bunch of seeming zombies at the hand of Harley Quinn. Of course, we discover that there's nothing magical or paranormal about these zombies, it's all advanced tech. Harley, who even Catwoman mentions this issue, it's surprising to see her back in Gotham City after so long away, says that she's come all this way for the sole purpose of killing Mr. J, and that the Joker in the grave isn't the genuine article, but a member of Joker's old gang who they dressed up for laughs. Harley picked a rather interesting time, as it seems that Joker, as we've seen in the backups of all of these issues, has been going out of his way to kill his gang and cover his tracks, planning for something very big indeed, something that he is very upset at the moment the designer is distracting Batman from. It's also at this point, too, Cheshire and Merlin come to collect Catwoman's head, which means Harley Quinn and Catwoman team up one more time to deal with the threat. All roads, though, it would seem, lead to Edward Nygma, the Riddler, who'd been spying on the whole city, a literal ghost in the machine, and who also just so happens to be a target for the assassins, this time around the very creepy Mr. Teeth. Batman dispatches the Creepazoid easily enough and then goes to work trying to solve the riddle of the Riddler's base, because let's face it, even when there's not a clear puzzle, there's always a puzzle. It seems that Nygma had put a bunch of C4 under the floorboards, turning it into an actual game board, but he never had a chance to do it because he seemingly left his base rather quickly, as if he was kidnapped. With Lucius's help, Batman solves the riddle of the Sphinx and manages to guess Nygma's own password to get into his computer. There he see security footage of the designer coming to collect the Riddler. And oh man, let's talk about the designer for a little bit. He's dressed in pseudo-military garb, complete with medals, camo, pants, a cape with a fur trim, and a mask with a letter on it. I mean, you certainly wouldn't mistake his silhouette for anyone else, even if he does look like he got dressed in the dark. Again, I feel like this is all subterfuge to kind of throw you off from who he actually is under the mask. It's at that point, too, Catwoman and Harley end up showing up at Riddler's as well. Despite how much Selina has tried to run from it, it looks like she's going to have to come clean to Batman and tell the story of how all these villains were approached by the designer in the first place. And so that was Batman issue number 89, everybody, and overall I did enjoy this issue, even if it did kind of feel like the middle child of this arc. Batman continues to showcase new and interesting gadgets each new issue, which is certainly fun and helps differentiate Tynion's Batman from the last few. Getting to see Catwoman work the case from her own angle and have her own independent adventure from Batman is certainly a lot of fun and a nice reminder of why I actually liked this character to begin with. Same with Harley returning to her Gotham roots. This issue also offered up our first very brief look at Punchline, the Joker's brand new gal pal sidekick, who will surely be a bigger deal in the next arc. Overall, I'd give this one a 7.5 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Jewel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time, everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.